Your 8-minute question and answer period will now begin. How do you measure the long-term impact your projects have on beneficiaries?
So for Project Breathe, we conducted post-training surveys to evaluate the effectiveness of our workshops in China and see where we can improve for next time. We intend to do this with every workshop in the future and also follow up with students a month after the workshop to see if they would like to train others in their community as part of our Train the Trainer model.
And for my top choice, we take both a quantitative and a qualitative approach to our impact with our project. So we measure in a quantitative way our active users on our site and on Discord, number of reads on our blogs, as well as the attendance for our events, just to measure our reach. But we measure our true impact just based on the qualitative feedback that we get from such of our activities. So feedback such as Malik's testimonial in our video just signals to us that we're actually impacting each individual when it comes to making their university selection.
How does your team define success?
The way that Project Breathe defines success is through our mission statement, which is essentially to teach bystander CPR to everyone and break the stigma that CPR can only be performed by professionals. So that is how we define success, that we are continuing to push our mission and teach as many people as possible bystander CPR and reduce the stigma.
For my top choice, we measure our success basically just by testimonials and the impact that we actually have on high school students. It's super important for us to have authentic and transparent information with high school students, and we want that to translate with their experience through my top choice when they're applying for universities.
How did you come up with the idea for your projects?
So we found a surprisingly low rate of bystander CPR being performed, and more than 80% of cardiac arrest happen outside of medical settings. With effective bystander CPR, the survival rate of the patient doubles or triples. So we found the need, and we were determined to address the gap between actual bystander CPR performed and what we can achieve ideally.
And for my top choice, the fact that this topic was actually rather under-researched was pretty alarming for us. We found that the need was actually through our own personal experiences, knowing people that are switching programs, knowing people who undergo that stress, the financial burden of having to switch programs, start over, and seeing everyone else pass that along. So we just thought that just taking those personal experiences, somehow finding ways to improve what is already being offered in terms of resources to help them kind of switch. That's what we wanted to tackle with my top choice.
What areas of your projects do you see as most innovative and why?
So for Project Breathe, our online synchronous workshops, as well as our Train the Trainer model, are our most innovative aspects. Workshop attendees now become the trainers and teach bystander CPR skills in their community. This allows us to empower individuals and break the stigma that professionals can only teach bystander CPR.
And for my top choice, we're just really proud of the way that we structured our annual timeline. So just by referencing our video, we divided our activities into 2 different phases throughout the year. And by taking this approach, not only will students be able to understand what's being offered depending on the time of year, we also, it allows us to be able to choose what kind of activities would be most relevant to offer them through that timeline. So it makes it a very, very structured approach, and students have a lot to look forward to.
Was there any unexpected negative impact or externality related to your projects?
For Project Breathe, there is no negative impact since we are teaching them life-saving skills. And especially for events that we conduct in Asia, specifically China and India, the students are eager to learn English. So an actual unexpected positive impact is that the students are improving their English alongside learning life-saving skills.
And for my top choice, given that it was an online platform just developed actually during the COVID-19 pandemic, finding that gathering that engagement, it can be difficult just in terms of making sure that we are seen as a very trustworthy platform, especially just coming into different communities and saying, here, let us allow you to kind of come in and maybe provide information, especially with data collection and stuff like that. That was kind of a huge barrier for us. So we wanted to make sure that we could kind of build that trust and that relationship through really, really close connections with our platform.
Could you clarify the role of your partnerships and the role of your team in your projects?
For Project Breathe, we are partnering with CPR Global and international organization with a similar aid to increase first aid awareness. So CPR Global consists mostly of medical professionals. So they have the most accurate educational material and information. As Project Breathe, we have community partners and we reach out to high schools and McMaster students to coordinate a workshop. So we are actually a perfect collaboration since they are teaching the educational medical information and we are building the connections so that they can reach the target audience they hope to reach.
So for Project My Top Choice, we also have partnerships with high school students across Ontario, just to make sure that we are reaching our target audience through the high school students, the schools as well. In terms of our team, we have our 2 co-owners, and then we have social media strategists and legal strategists as well. That way we're focusing on different aspects of our project while we are partnering with different high schools across Ontario.
What do you expect your project to look like a year from now?
A year from now for Project Breathe, we hope to continue to expand our online platforms, especially given that we don't know what COVID-19 or the next year will look like necessarily. So we continue to take it. We want to continue to take advantage of online platforms, conduct potentially Instagram lives, and connect with people who are on our social media platforms, as well as continuing to connect with as many community partners as possible. So perhaps different countries. So far, we have done events in China and India. We are hoping to expand that, as well as more events with the communities that we are in if we don't end up being at McMaster University.
For Project My Top Choice, this year we focused a lot on development. So a year from now, we hope to have run through a full cycle of university applications. That means we want to have our forums live, meaning students can actually talk on those forums and get information, as well as have active blogs that they can gather from information as well. We also hope to host a lot of innovative events like Make Your Transition events, which connects high school and university students to better pair the best choice for their university experiences and their applications. So all in all, we just hope to go through our innovative cycle throughout this next year.
Did your team take any action to increase diversity and inclusion?
For Project Breathe, we are a very diverse team consisting of people from different disciplines and also from different countries. For example, myself, I come from China, and in my team, I have team members from other countries and other continents. And through a diverse team, we were actually able to build a more diverse community connection, and we're able to reach more people, including our target audience. And we increase diversity by building.
Your time has now expired. Thank you, Nationals-McMaster University.